Hello, welcome to my channel, the place where every recipe comes with a hint of fun. Today we are going to prepare an absolute classic of French cuisine, the French omelette. A recipe that seems simple at first glance, but that requires technique, precision, and a lot of attention to detail to achieve that perfect result. A soft, almost creamy texture, with a uniform and elegant appearance. So, get your ingredients ready and pay close attention to each step, because every detail counts. And if you are enjoying this video, please subscribe, like it, and help our channel grow. For this classic recipe, you will need 3 large eggs, 1 tablespoon of butter, salt and black pepper to taste. And if you want, you can finish with a little chopped parsley or even a touch of grated cheese, optional. We start by taking the large eggs, with very yellow yolks, which will give that vibrant and appetizing color to our omelette. Place the eggs on the counter and crack them one by one carefully into a bowl. Now, with a fork or a small whisk, start to beat the eggs gently. You don't need to create a lot of foam or incorporate a lot of air, but you do need to mix the yolks with the whites until they are perfectly homogeneous, creating a liquid with an intense yellow color and consistency. At this point, add a pinch of salt and another of freshly ground pepper. If you want an even smoother touch, you can add a teaspoon of fresh cream, but this ingredient is completely optional. Mix again, using circular movements, until all the ingredients are completely integrated. Now, let's go to the stove. Turn on a medium burner and adjust the heat to low, because the secret to French omelettes is precisely this, gentle and gradual cooking, which preserves the creaminess of the eggs. Take a non-stick frying pan and place it on the stove. Add a tablespoon of butter and, with the help of a silicone spatula, gently stir the butter until it melts completely and begins to foam slightly, releasing that irresistible aroma. Be very careful at this point. Do not let the butter burn, as the bitter taste can compromise the final result. Once it is completely melted and slightly foaming, tilt the pan to ensure that the entire surface is well greased, forming a protective and tasty layer. With the pan already greased and hot, but not too hot, pour the beaten egg mixture all at once, right in the center. Immediately, using the silicone spatula, start stirring the eggs in circular motions, starting from the edges to the center and then from the center to the edges, creating a gentle swirl inside the pan. This constant movement prevents the eggs from cooking unevenly and ensures that the final texture is extremely soft, almost like a cloud. Continue stirring for about 30 to 40 seconds, always on low heat, until you notice that the mixture has started to thicken but is still quite moist on the surface. At this point, it is time to stop stirring and let the residual heat do its work. Tilt the pan slightly, gently pushing the eggs to one side with the spatula, creating a thicker edge. If you wish, you can now add a tablespoon of finely grated cheese, which will melt smoothly and harmoniously, or a few chopped fresh herbs, such as chives or parsley, for an extra touch of freshness. These additions are completely optional, but they will further enhance the flavor and sophistication of the dish. Now, using the spatula, gently unstick the edges of the omelette, starting with the thinnest part, and carefully fold it over itself, like a half moon. Don't worry about making perfect folds. The charm of the French omelette lies precisely in its slightly imperfect, artisanal appearance. The texture should remain moist and creamy on the inside, almost like a custard. If you prefer a firmer version, you can leave it on the heat for a few more seconds. But remember, a true French omelette should be soft and juicy, not dry or rubbery. Turn off the heat and carefully slide the omelette directly from the pan onto a preheated plate. This will help maintain the perfect temperature and texture until serving. To finish, lightly brush the surface of the omelette with a small piece of butter, which will melt with the heat and give it that irresistible shine. If you like, sprinkle a few more fresh herbs or a little freshly ground pepper on top, just to accentuate the aroma and give it a sophisticated visual touch. And it's ready! A classic French omelette, delicate, elegant, and extremely tasty, perfect for a refined breakfast, a special brunch, or even a light and sophisticated dinner. The secret here is not in the amount of ingredients, but in the technique, patience, and respect for the cooking time. A true culinary work of art, which transforms simple ingredients into a dish full of flavor and personality. Now just serve and enjoy each bite, appreciating the soft texture and delicate flavor of this French classic. Bon appetit! And if you like this recipe, leave your comment and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more quick and practical recipes like this one. See you in the next video.